Hello, everyone, and welcome to FustatAI, an open source learning journey exploring LLMs, agentic AI, and vibe coding. In this demo, we will deploy a DB agent that interacts directly with the platform DB. Users will ask questions in natural language, and the agent will automatically generate a SQL statement executed using a Postgres MCP server. Once the results are returned, it will display to the user in a formatted readable response. We will also introduce human in the loop so that before any query is executed, the generated SQL is displayed to the user, allowing them to review the query, and our agent will only execute approved queries. Now, to build this, we will start in Agent Studio. We will configure an API key and use OpenAI GPT-5 Mini, set up a Postgres MCP server and connect it to our DB, and define the agent system prompt and behavior. Then we will switch to Agent Hub to see our agent in action. Now let's get started. I have launched Agent Studio, and our first step is to create an API key. So we'll start by creating a new API key, give it a name. So this will be GPT-5 Mini. API, the provider, this will be OpenAI. For the model name, we'll go to OpenAI model and copy the exact model name available. Just paste it here. And then we got the URL already in place. And for our secret key, I just put a dummy secret key for now. However, you'll need to generate an API key from OpenAI and set it here. Once that is done, we are ready to use the API key. Our next step is to create our MCP server. We'll start by creating our first MCP server. We give it a name. So this will be our platform DB. For the transport, we'll use standard input output. So we're keeping the default one. And then for the modes, we're going to use supervised. So in supervised mode, this is where human in the loop is enforced. So whenever an agent tries to run a tool on the MCP server, it gets intercepted and the request is sent for human review. Now we'll give it a description and we will configure the JSON. And in order to do that, we will use one of the available MCP servers. This one is from Model Context Protocol. And we can use the configuration that is used by Cloud Desktop or Visual Studio Code. So I'm getting the same configuration here. I'm just copying that. Then in our config, I'll just paste it. Now the only thing that we need to do here is to set our DB server. So you should be able to find this in the environment. And once we've done that, our MCP server is ready to use. Now, once it's created, we can check the tools available. We should only have one tool here to run DB queries on the server. Now, finally, we are ready to create our agent that connects everything together. Now we create our agent and we give it a name. Select the API key that we're going to use for this agent. Give it a description. This one is for display purpose on the Agent Hub, so users know what is this agent intended to do. And then the role. So this is a DB admin. And the role is passed to the agent at the very start of the system prompt. So we make it simulate a specific role to act in that role. Now we give it a task, what it's intended, or the objective of the agent, what it's intended to do, and then the instructions. I have the instruction ready in place, so I just paste it here, and then we can go through it. So the agent, this is the agent name, and it assists users in creating PostgreSQL DB queries. So whenever a user asks a question, it generates a query, executes it, and display it in table format along with explanation. If the user question is too vague, then it asks for clarification before running any queries. Order instruction to order the data by the relevant column that see fit. Then ask it to double check the query syntactically before trying to run it. And not to run any DML statements, so not execute any insert, update, delete, and so on. And we'll limit the agent with the set of tables. So here I'm asking it just to use the below tables whenever it tries to generate a SQL statement. So I'm just passing in the tables schema. And the agent, whenever the agent tries to execute or generate a statement, it will use only these tables available for it. Now, the last step is to take the publish AI agent. This makes it visible and available in Agent Hub, and select the area that the agent should appear in Agent Hub. So I'm going to leave the default, or maybe we can use a developer, and then create the agent. Our last step, once we have created the agent, is to add the MCP server. So this is done after the creation. So we go to the Tools tab, and from here I select the our Postgres MCP server, save the tool, and now we are ready to launch our agent and interact with it. So let's test our agent in Agent Hub and interact with it. So we will ask it a simple question like, how many agents do we have? And the agent converts this into SQL query. Now, because it runs in supervised mode, the generated SQL is displayed where we have control over it. So we can edit the query if we want. We can terminate the query if needed. We can also override the response of the MCP server. So let's try doing that. So the MCP server should return a JSON response, and we can simulate this response. So here I'm going to tell it that we have 1,000 agents. And then what's happening behind the scene is that this simulates as if the results returning to the agent is 1,000. So basically, it's taking my input or my result to the tool as the output of the MCP server. Now, if we try to rerun the query, we now are going to leave the default. So we're just going to accept the query that it's generated. And for that, it's going to return only one agent that we have in our system. This concludes our demo, and we would love to hear your feedback. Please visit our GitHub repo and let us know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.